Hi, today I'm going to be talking about antiquing gels, and here I have 6 of the 8 that we carry. The colors I have here, there are 2 patinas. We have patina green and patina blue. Here is the brown, ochre, white, and olive. And there's also black and umber. Umber is darker than the brown, but lighter than the black, so it's a very dark brown. These gels are water-based. They don't have any odor to them, and it's a gel consistency. So they're really perfect for using on top of paints to highlight accents. If you have details in molding that you're using, a piece of furniture, what you do is I'll show you how you put them on, wipe them back, and it will leave the color behind to bring out the accents. I'm going to show you how to use them and also how you can mix them. You can get a patina effect using the green or the blue and then a little bit of wax. You can use a couple colors together to bring out accents. And even though I said they are water-based, you don't have to seal them because it leaves a little bit of a waxy residue. Pentart says that you don't have to seal these, but if you want to, you can just use a water base. I would use the matte varnish as opposed to a glossy, just to keep sort of the antiquing look that you're probably going for. I made this frame from clay and painted it in black gesso just to give it a base coat. I'm going to show you what the white antiquing gel looks like on top of the black, and then we'll play around with some other colors so you can see the different effects. I like to use a dry brush, that way you're not watering down the gel. You want to make sure to get it in all of the little cracks and crevices and let it dry for just a little bit. The longer you let it dry, the less will come off. And then I wipe it back with a dry cloth if I'm wanting to leave more behind. If I want to take more off, I can use a baby wipe, or I can just wet my paper towel and it will take more off. So just using a dry towel, you can rub it back. Now you don't want to paint too much because by the time you come back with your towel, it would be pretty dry. And now I'll show you, if I use a little water, it will take off even more. So you just go with whichever look you're wanting to achieve. Here I'm going to use the brown, and then I'll dry it, and then I'll add some more colors just to see some different looks. I'm also working with some plastic under here so I don't get my area too dirty. So I'm going to wipe this back, taking a little bit more off, and then I'm going to dry it a few seconds, and then we'll add some more colors. I'm going to add a little bit of the ochre and just going in little areas, not the whole thing. And then I'll do a little of the olive. Then I'll probably go back and add a little bit more of the ochre again. Okay, I'll wipe it back and dry it. Okay, here's what it looks like up close. You can see a little bit of all the colors. And then I'm just going to show you what it looks like with some wax on top. So this is the silver antiquing paste. I'm just going to use a little bit of that to highlight. You can also use a little bit of white. And then I'm going to use some gold and you have two totally different looks. I'm going to show you here how to get a nice patina effect. Again, I just painted this black. It's made of clay, but you can also use it on resin. And I'm going to paint it brown first. Leaving a little bit of the black to show through to give it more depth. So I won't paint the whole thing. And I'm not going to wipe it back. I'm just going to dry it like that. And I'm going to add a little bit of the patina blue and a little bit of the patina green. You can add just one or the other. So I'm just going to take these and just lightly touch it in a few areas. And I'm also going to just put a touch of the ochre, just to lighten it up a little bit. If you feel like you did too much somewhere, you can come back with a little bit of the brown, add a little bit more brown to it, and then I'm going to dry it. And then to finish it off, to make it really look like patina, I'm going to add a little bit of brass wax and a little bit of copper. You don't want to cover the whole project. Just give a little bit of highlight here and there. Because it's tarnishing, you just want a little bit of the metal look showing through. And there you go. These two pieces I've painted Pentart off-white acrylic paint, but you could also use chalk paint. And I'm just going to show you what it looks like to antique this. So I put it all over. This can also be used just as a paint. As you can see, I'm painting over the cream color and it has very good coverage. So this can also be just used as a paint. You can come back with wax right on top of this. And I'm dabbing it off, so I want to leave it like in the recesses of her hair and around the edge of her face, but I don't want it so much on her face. So I can use a wet wipe and wipe off some of her face, some of her neck. And then to blend it in a little, I'll take a little bit more off other areas. And if you took too much off, like I said, you can come back and add more. But this gives a nice outline to her face. You can see it all around her nose and her eye. And that gives a very nice antiquing effect. When that dries, I could come back with other colors and add to it. And on this little one, I think I'll use the olive. We'll cover the little cherub with olive and then wipe it back. Okay, so I'm going to want to take a lot of that off the face so you can see. A little bit off the wings. And you can see how you can come back with other colors and you could really make it look old. I'm going to add just a teeny tiny bit of the ochre just to give it a little bit more color here. And just use dry towel and blot some off. And now you can see with the three colors, the background and then the two antiquing gels, you have a little bit more interest. And again, I can take a little bit of wax and just the highest spots here, just put a little bit of wax. And there you have that one. And on this one, I think I'm just going to take a little bit of brown so you can have a lot of fun with these. Just play around. If you add too much, wipe it back, add more colors. You could even make this a little bit of a patina. Let's add a little patina blue. And I want to tone that blue down just a spot. So I just put a little bit of brown on top, tone down the little patina, and I'm liking that. There you go. Let's add a little bit of gold wax, just on the wings. So that is the antiquing gels, water-based with no odor, which is nice because now you can make a patina effect with water-based products, cleans up easily with water, and get a beautiful antiqued aged effect to your creations.